I know it's a challenge for a lot of us. Times have changed, and hopefully they will change again so that we can celebrate our community the way we do best, with food and fellowship. I want to thank our supporters, donors, and volunteers. You are the heart of this mission. Thank you to those who shared their memories via video and those sharing today. And thank you to the committee who coordinated all the pieces of this celebration. We had the Maggie's Place Development staff, Laurel, Janelle, Leslie, and Frank, and our founders, Mary and Lisa, for their input. I think Laurel's going to take it from here and enjoy the stories and memories as we walk down memory lane one more time.
Awesome. Thank you, Laura. And thank you again to all of you joining to celebrate 20 years of Maggie's Place, which seems incredible. I started my first year, it was our 15-year celebration, and that seems like yesterday. So it's just incredible how time flies, and we're still counting the years with Maggie's Place and all the achievements. And this is a unique way, like Laura said, to celebrate, but I think it'll be fun. So again, just a few housekeeping items to note for today. We encourage you all to be on speaker view for the call so you can best see who's sharing at this time. And then please turn on your video. I know a lot of you already do, but we'd love to see everybody, and then you guys can see each other. You just have to scroll since there'll be a bunch of people on today's call. And then keep yourselves on mute. The microphones will pick up background noise and talking, and we want to make sure that the speaker keeps the floor because it will just go to whoever it has last spoken. And speakers, if you could just unmute yourselves, you know who you are, but if you could just unmute yourselves when it's your turn to share, that would be appreciated. And then speakers, just be cognizant of the time you've been given. We have a long program today, so I'll just be jumping in when we reach that allotted time. And also, we would love to get to know all of you participating today and interact with you the best we can with the Zoom call. So we'll be asking a couple questions throughout this program, and we'll be sharing some answers, as many as we can, with everyone. So please use that chat box just for those questions, or excuse me, those answers to our questions, and we'll be keeping track. So again, thank you guys, and enjoy the celebration, and we'll begin with a reflection from our board chair, Rena Cruz. So Rena, take it away.
Got it. Unmute. Did you unmute me?
You're unmuted.
Thank you, Laura. So when I was asked to do a reflection, I thought about how it all started 20 years ago when 5 young women, Mary, Christy, Teresa, Lisa, and Jennifer, came together. With hard work and determination, they developed a community with the core values of love, hospitality, community, which are still in place today. So I saw a couple of quotes from Dorothy Day that I really thought were most appropriate for today and really kind of rung true to why we're celebrating 20 years. The first one is, we are communities in time and in place. Our lives are touched by those who lived centuries ago, and we hope that our lives will mean something to people who won't be alive until centuries from now. I think our job is to do the best we can to hold up our small segment of the chain, connected and broken. And the other quote that I found that I really liked about this is that we must lay one brick at a time, take one step at a time. So causes ripples that spread in all directions. Each one of our thoughts, words, and deeds is like that. So today we celebrate 20 years of Maggie's Place because of one brick that was laid in 2000. And we see the growth of Maggie's Place by each brick that our leaders, staff, board, and volunteers placed, as well as Mission Corps and donors. And we have not broken the chain that provided homes and services to our moms and babies. With the growth, we are now at 6 homes and a resource center to continue to provide services as needed. God has provided for us with what we needed to continue to do our mission. So I ask you to thank and pray for our founders, our past and current board members, staff members, Mission and AmeriCorps, donors and supporters, and most importantly, for all the women and babies that have come through our doors, that they continue to grow stronger and they continue to share the Maggie's Place values. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, Rena. So now we're going to be hearing from our five amazing founders, Mary Peterson, Lisa Zarita, Teresa Lucan, Jennifer Bradford, and Chrissy DeMiro. And I know you all are going to share today, so if you could just follow each other up once one's done speaking, that would be awesome. All right, take it away. Mary, would you like to begin?
Sure, I can go. Yeah, what a kick to see everyone. My gosh, my heart is like pounding fast to see all of these beautiful faces. So we were asked to share just a favorite memory, and the one that came to mind for me was our opening mass and a dinner celebration out. We closed the street off and had a great celebration. And there was beads and rice for days and days just because the community responded so abundantly. So for me, just that moment felt so electrified. All the hard work was then kind of realized and coming to fruition. So it was really an electrified, beautiful moment of all the generosity of so many people. And then just a quick nugget on something, the way that Maggie's Place impacted my life. So I think for me, the first thing that came to mind was that transition of pain into strength. You know, difficult things have certainly happened in the lives of the women that come to Maggie's Place. Our community went through hard times. We as individuals went through hard times. And really, Maggie's Place for me was a chance to see all of that hurt and pain just get transformed over and over again. And really through the strength of community that was done via that. So yeah, and with that, I will pass off to the others, but that's my quick hello. And it's really a kick to see everyone. So thanks for organizing this.
Lisa, are you on the call?
I am. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Hi. Well, yeah, so hello. So good to see you. And so the startup memory, gosh, I would say the trusting and listening, and that listening came in Dorothy Day's model of living in unity with the moms. So we lived alongside each other, learning how each of us could be served and formed, growing more into who we were called to be. And it also meant listening to the moms and asking them to help mold the services. I remember calling a group of single moms together and running through name options as we were trying to open up this place. We didn't even know what this place would ultimately look like, but they helped to name Maggie's Place. And when we were at our best, I believe that it was not about charity, but it was humanity and dignity for each of us. And we were all called to leave behind and follow God's calling. And I remember, even when it wasn't comfortable to do so at the time I was at ASU, I was teaching at ASU, I was in the middle of a doctorate program, and I had the best roommate ever. And it took a great deal of trust to leave that behind and move into the voluntary poverty, just as it's even harder for the moms who struggle with the poverty that's not voluntary right now. And my heart goes out to them, especially with the economy and the recession and all of that is going on right now. But today, the gift that I reflect on in the present is that I'm reminded to not be afraid of God's whispers. Because even back then, we were told by very well-meaning people, you know, this won't happen, right? And you don't know what you're doing, right? And the truth is we did not, but it was that naivete that helped propel us into the unknown and helped the Arizona community embrace our vulnerability and ultimately allowed the Arizona community to create the mission that trusted in those new beginnings.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Teresa, are you in here and want to share some beginning thoughts?
Yes. Hello. Wow, it is really great to see and hear everyone. Yeah, in reflecting on my story and my lessons from the founding time, so many things come to mind that it was really hard for me to kind of pinpoint one specific thing. So I really just kept coming back to the centrality of love, like how it was a mission bigger than we were and founded for the purpose of love. And it was sort of, in that sense, it was sort of sort of impossible and kind of sort of the only choice. It was kind of the best thing. So in entering into a life that's intentionally about love, I'm just really grateful for that founding experience, because it's given me a lot of examples of what that really looks like, and how it can be glorious and disastrous and messy, but it's always, always, always worthwhile. And then my other kind of reflection was around the importance of doing things even if you can't do it perfectly. So just kind of thinking about to not be scared of doing a thing, just because it's definitely going to have mistakes. So kind of that anything worthwhile is worth doing badly. Not to say it was done badly, but to say that I too am grateful for the naivete that we had, because it wasn't just naivete. It was driven by love. It was driven by good motivation, and I really believe that it was blessed because of that. So love is an organizing principle, and the okayness of making mistakes. So that's kind of my thoughts.
Okay, great. Thank you. Jennifer or Christy, if you guys want to go up next.
Okay, excuse me. Hello, everybody. It's great to see everybody here. As far as the memory that I thought of when asked this question, what memory stood out to me most, I think that was when I remember talking to Father Nathan, who was my spiritual, who I later asked, can you guys hear me? Okay. Okay, I later asked to be my our spiritual director for Maggie's Place. He early on, when we decided our name was going to be Maggie's Place, I mentioned that to him. I told him the idea of this house, that we were starting this house, and it was going to be called Maggie's Place. And he got the smile on his face, and he said, "I think Mary Magdalene is delighted," you know. And so this idea that we had, and then he ended up agreeing to be our spiritual director. So having that spiritual support from him, and also feeling like Mary Magdalene was right there in the work with us and supporting us at the spiritual plane, you know, that was something that really stood out to me, and I remembered. As far as the impact that Maggie's Place has had on me, you know, I think looking back, to me, it was really like a miracle, because we were 5 young women. We didn't really know that much what we were doing. I mean, we had different sets of skills, and it all came together, but the way it really came together was not necessarily our expertise, but the fact that everybody chipped in, you know, the whole community chipped in. And I was really inspired by the fact that when you get the power of the small group to come together and make something very powerful and create something very powerful and meaningful for the lives of so many, you know, hundreds and thousands of women. And the fact that so many people just were so inspired and motivated by what they saw us doing, that they did everything they could to help us. Where we would have been, you know, if it was just left to us, it would have been so much more challenging. But so many people offered their expertise, their time, their talent, their knowledge to really make it happen. And of course, not just in that first year, but in the years, so many years after, and have built on what we did. So that to me stood out as something that I'll always take with me.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. And Christy, are you on to share?
Okay, hi, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, this is so much fun. Thank you so much, Maggie's Place, for organizing this. And I scrolled through my phone and looked at everyone that was on here, and I just wanted to wave to everyone. And it makes me so happy to see all of you again. So anyways, this is exciting. Thank you so much. So I just want to start with a Bible quote. It's from Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans to give you a future full of hope. So after 20 years, so many of my memories are foggy, and I feel like I've already told my best stories in the book. But what remains are the relationships with the moms and their children. So each Maggie's Place success story began as a pregnant woman who was unsure And I remember the first calls looking for help. I remember the moms coming in and being nervous, pregnant women, uncertain about the future. And I remember watching them blossom into competent moms with their adorable babies. And 20 years later, I've lost touch with so many of my dear Maggie's Place friends, and that includes a lot of you that I just want to wave at. You know, maybe we only see each other on Facebook now or through forums like this. And but within the past 7 months, I have had the chance to see in person 3 of the Maggie's Place babies, and I will use that term loosely because they are all now young men, taller than I am. So all 3 of them impressed me by being polite, respectful, articulate, and just genuinely likable guys. And so in some sort of weird 20-year time warp, as I was talking to them, I remembered kind of that first moment when their mom, you know, called us. And I am just so excited to see how they've grown up. And I'm really looking forward to watching them continue to grow and seeing that the plans that the Lord has for them as they finish high school, as they go on to college, and as they contribute to our society. So, okay, I'll stop talking. Thank you again. Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much, Christy. And like to your point, it is crazy how our younger babies now are 20 years old, which yeah, it's amazing. But so from our original construction team, we have Barry Kissel. Barry, do you want to start sharing?
Okay. Hi, good morning, everybody. It's so wonderful to see you. The magic or the miracle comes from the babies, working with the babies and the moms. And those early days, I was so fortunate to be included with the 5 women that started Maggie's Place and with the moms. And the volunteers, they never stopped coming. And the material that people donated, and the type of work that we had to do, the type of construction, it's just, well, the Holy Spirit was there the whole time, is still there. And what you guys have continued to do is still just the work of the Holy Spirit. So it's good to see everybody. I love you all, and thanks for including me.
Of course, thanks for being with us today, Barry. We are going to do our first little interactive question. So we would love to know where everybody is calling in from today, because I know Maggie's Place is around the world now. So if everybody could type into that comment or chat box and say what city and state they're in today, we'd love to collect those and see where everyone's at. And so while you guys do that, let's welcome Claire Hoslet. She's our house manager and team leader at one of our homes. She's an AmeriCorps member. Claire, are you there?
Hi, we're here. Yes, thank you, Laurel, for having us on and organizing all of this. So we're here at the Magdalene House. There's a couple other moms surrounding us, not on the camera, but so yes, my name is Claire Hoslet. I have almost been here for 2 years as the house manager here at the Magdalene House. And when trying to think of one of my favorite memories, so many come to mind that it was very hard to pick a few. But for sure, Christmas. I've been here for 2 Christmases, and they both have such an impact on my life. I think from just being able to experience it with the moms. You know, that first Christmas, several of our moms, when we like shuffled them out of the house to Mackenzie, and we went upstairs and got all of the gifts and played Santa, which was really fun, and like filled the whole tree. And then the moms came in and they saw the gifts and they're like, wow, that's amazing. Like they were floored by how many gifts were for them and for their babies. And some of the comments that they made were, this is the very first Christmas that I am in a safe place that I will remember forever. Or even the fact that they even got gifts for themselves instead of just for their children. So love the Christmases. Also, part of Christmas too is being able to see how the community has like loved us by providing all of these gifts. Seeing the Christmas house that is set up that the moms get to shop for their older kids at, and seeing that we get to pick out things for our moms. It's really cool how the whole community comes together, especially to celebrate this special time of Christmas. So that's for sure one memory that I will always remember here at Maggie's Place.
Hi, I'm Kristen. I am also one of the core at Magdalene. I've only been here since January, so it feels like 90% of my time I've been in quarantine here, but it's the best place to get quarantined, I think. But I'd say my favorite memory actually was just this past Sunday, celebrating Mother's Day, and just being able to celebrate Mother's Day in a different way, and not just celebrating my own mom, but all the moms in our house, and just honoring them and making them feel special, and just also just being able to see how much they've grown all as mothers and soon to be moms, and it's just great to be a part of that and also to be a part of this as well.
Ready? Okay, you guys. Oh,
Magenta here is also gonna quick say a word.
Okay.
I moved in July of last year, and this is my daughter, Wheela. She's 6 months old. I'd just like to say thank you for helping us so much, making a better life possible. And one memory here that stands out would have to be around Christmas time at the Magdalene house. There was so much love, and it just felt so magical. Thank you.
Thank you guys for sharing. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So guys, the chat box is going to us. So if you if you're chatting with other people, sorry, they're not receiving it right now. We just want to keep it so that we can see the comments easy. Just FYI. And also we will tell people, or we'll send out a capture of the comments and the stories in an email afterwards. So you guys will get all the stories, even if we can't share them all today. So just FYI. But thanks again, you guys. So Father Nathan Castle is on the line. He's our spiritual director. So take it away, Father Nathan. Okay, I think we may have lost Father Nathan for the moment.
Yeah, in case Father Nathan, I don't think he's on the line, but Father Albert Felice Pache is actually on the line, and if he wants to fill in for a moment on the cup. Hi, Father Albert.
If you don't mind, if you want to share a memory from the startup that stands out and any impact Maggie's Place has had on yourself in about 1 to 2 minutes, that would be awesome. If you don't mind.
I was at the Newman Center in Tucson when and most of the founders were from the Newman Center. So I was very proud of them to take that big step and a leap of faith, you know, to start something that big, and we didn't know where it was going. But I was very, very, very impressed and very moved by your work. I visited there a few times. And then from Tucson, I moved to Las Vegas, where I'm living now. And I took a group of students to help, like 2005, something like that, or 2006. And it was a great impact on my students, especially one of them. She was all business. She wants to be a big businesswoman. And after Maggie's house, when we went there for a week, she changed her view on everything, and she became a social worker. So keep up the good work. But somewhere along the way, I don't receive any mail anymore. So put me on a mailing list. Hello?
Will do. We'll connect after this and make sure we've got the right mailing address for you.
Okay, great. God bless you. God bless your work.
Thank you so much. And just to share some of the spots that everybody's calling in from really quickly, we've got Mesa, Tempe, Arizona, Scottsdale, California, Virginia, here in Chandler, Arizona, Georgia, Cleveland, of course, hello, Ohio community, Pennsylvania, New York, Iowa, Phoenix, Arizona, and Colorado. So welcome everybody. We're kind of across the states, which is awesome. And so next we'll have Amy Mansfield. She is our house manager over at the Elizabeth House. She's gonna share with us some memories and impact Maggie's Place has had in her life. So Amy, take it away.
Hi everyone. We are so excited to jump on this call. It has been so lovely to hear all the memories. We decorated for happy birthday. So happy birthday, Maggie's Place. I think what comes to mind when thinking about favorite memories of working here this far is all the firsts that I've had the privilege to witness. So we think of firsts a lot in terms of like babies, their first tooth, you know, they start to crawl, their first steps, their first words, things like that. But I also get the privilege to witness a lot of firsts with their moms, similar to what Claire was saying. First Christmas, first baby, first Mother's Day. Two of our moms got to celebrate the first Mother's Day this past Sunday, and it was just so beautiful. We were just showered in love by our donors and volunteers, and it was really, really incredible to witness. So I think that is what I will always take with me, is just that very intimate privilege that I've had walking alongside our moms and seeing all their firsts. So, and ironically, not ironically, but cool enough, all of our moms are either working or at appointments right now, so we weren't able to grab a mom to come on and share. But we did get a paragraph written by one of our moms, Marcine, who we have a little picture of. I don't know if you can see. There's Marcine at Easter time, and she wrote this paragraph that Carrie, our volunteer coordinator, is going to read. So here, we'll just hold Marcine up.
Before Maggie's Place, I was homeless. My friend let me stay with her just before Halloween of 2019. I didn't stay there consistently. I stayed on the streets or motels. I had left my job at a restaurant at the beginning of February. I was a prep cook and dishwasher. The work became very strenuous. I was feeling lost and down. Today is my 121st day of sobriety. I have been employed at Modular Solutions for 4 weeks, and I'm in the reunification process to regain custody of my 6 children from DCS, starting with my baby boy, Matthew. Maggie's Place has provided me with a place to stay that provides everything I need: a safe environment, basic needs, care, and support. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, I was taking the bus. Then, one of the staff members drove me to and from work every shift to keep myself and the other housemates safe. Today, I am a licensed driver and drive my own vehicle to work. Today, I get to live in a safe environment where I can be myself. Here, I am with other mothers with whom I can relate. It's a comforting feeling knowing that there are others in the same situation, but they are tremendously changing their lives for the better. The Maggie's Place AmeriCorps staff have been so supportive and caring. At first, I thought it was all an act. I didn't believe strangers could care so much about others, especially a pregnant 36-year-old who was just sleeping on the streets. The volunteers who I've met briefly are very nice too. Again, I don't know why they would want to hang out in a house with a bunch of disadvantaged females. The donors always surprise me too. The fact that they know about us here is a blessing. Through all of Maggie's Place staff and their affiliates, I have grown to trust my environment and actually see myself as a worthy person. All of the knowledge and help that I have gotten here has allowed me to feel confident in my own skin. I will always remember how scared I was to enter this place. I didn't know what to expect, but I was completely blown away by the caring and supportive people here. My fears soon subsided, and I became part of a healthy family. I was welcomed, my family was welcomed, as well as my mother. The fact that I was able to get the counseling and support I needed to thrive is my greatest memory. Oh yes, and having a room of my own has been so great too. The most basic things that were taken for granted are no longer a part of me. I have grown to accept sincere love from others not related to me by blood. I am so grateful for Maggie's Place.
Thanks again.
Yeah. Happy 20.
Thanks, guys.
Maggie's Place.
Thank you. And that was an amazing story. Thank you for sharing it. And we'll have to relay our thanks to the mom because that was amazing. But now we're going to hear from two of our alumni moms. First up would be Monica. She is actually our second mom at Maggie's Place ever. I know, Monica, you were going to be calling in today. So if you are on, you can start when you're ready. No. Okay, actually, we'll start with Selena, who is in the office here today with Laura. So Selena, if you want to take it away, that'd be awesome.
Hi, everybody. I'm Selena. I came to Maggie's Place in 2017. Most of you know this beautiful little girl right here is my Maggie's Place baby, Isabella. Yeah, I have so many wonderful memories with Maggie's Place. This place has truly changed my life. I can't just pinpoint one. You know, I struggled with addiction and found out I was pregnant and put myself in a rehab. And from rehab, I came to Maggie's Place. And Emily was actually my intake person. Emily has seen me grow in the time that I've been here, and she's been truly amazing. You know, the first year that I was here, my oldest son was diagnosed with leukemia, and I truly feel that without the support that I had from everyone at Maggie's Place, I might not have been able to make it through that time in my life. I have gone through 3 of the Maggie's Place houses. I started at Magdalene, and then I went to Mary, and I finished at Gerard. In September, I finally left the houses. I currently have reunified with my husband. We have our daughter Isabella. Our son Sebastian recently moved back in with us about 2 months ago, and we actually have a baby on the way due in June. So things have been great. I work in a recovery center for women, and I truly feel that had I not been with the women here at Maggie's Place, like that's what shifted me to wanting to work with other women, because of all the kindness and the love and the family that I made here. Like, it made me want to give back to the community as well. I have amazing relationships with so many of the women from Maggie's Place. One of the former core members is going to be the godmother to our new baby. You know, I still talk to all the moms that I made friends with. You know, the Maggie's Place staff members are invited to my kids' birthday parties, you know, and it's just so amazing the relationships that I've made here. You know, I've got this whole other family that doesn't just love me and my daughter, but they love my family too. And I hope that I can always be a part of this place. I know that I'll always be a part of this place.
We know you'll always be a part of this place.
And I'm just so grateful that I get to be a part of this. This is just so amazing. And I'm just truly grateful that my life is where it is today, and that I have all these amazing people in my life. And thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Thank you, Selena, and thanks for being a part of it. You're a blessing to our community and just an amazing woman. So thanks for sharing your story today. And now we're going to hear from, or actually, I think it's time for a little interactive question for you all. We're hearing everybody else's fondest memories and impact, but what's your fondest memory you have with Maggie's Place? And if you could keep it at like 1 to 2 sentences, just so it's easier to share a great deal of them today, that'd be awesome. But please go to that chat box and let us know. And okay, so House Manager Mackenzie Stein from the Michael House, are you on?
Hello. Yes. Good morning, Maggie's Place. It's such an honor to be here with you all today. I feel particularly blessed to have found Maggie's Place and stumbled into this robust community. I think my favorite memories from this year so far are just the intimate moments that I've been able to observe with the women in the house and the interactions with them and their babies. So just looking out of the corner of my eye and seeing a mom, you know, talking to her baby and smiling at her baby, or the moments where I see a mom just soothing baby, or I hear giggles from a bedroom from both mom and baby, or witnessing a baby being brought into the world, and the tears of a mom are just phenomenal and so life-giving. And I think the thing I've learned the most is just to hold space with abundant love. And that's been a great gift and something I hope to take with me after I part from this community. I have one of our mothers here, Miss Ray.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. My name is Raquisha Small. I'm 18 years old, and I have my 6-month-old right here. His name is Gemini. I have a little snippet. Maggie's Place is not just a shelter. It is a home for many babies and mothers, present and past. The love you have for us blows my mind. You really gave me a chance to be a mother. This is a place that I am truly thriving in. I appreciate all the things you do, big and small. Lots of us are first-time mothers, and Maggie's Place has saved us. The volunteers, the staff, everyone involved, I wanted to sincerely say thank you. I appreciate the passion behind the foundation. It is amazing that 20 years later, and this company is still strong, even stronger than it was before. The drastic measures you are willing to take for us in order for us to be here for our babies is the most generous gesture imaginable. I feel very loved and appreciated to be a mother. I am eternally grateful for you all. Nothing but good has came to me since I have been here. I will be sad to go, but I am excited to start my new journey, and I know I'm always welcome here. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Mackenzie. Thank you, Ray, for sharing. And now we have Jean Bob on the line, which is a wonderful volunteer throughout Maggie's Place, and especially here at our Family Success Center. When it's not coronavirus times, we have her in at least once a week, and she is awesome. And we'd love to have you share, Jean, your impact and your experience at Maggie's Place.
Oh, you're too kind, Laurel. Thank you. Hey, congratulations, Maggie's Place. So proud of you and so excited to join you in this celebration. It's just wonderful. And special kudos to the founders. You guys have guts. You really do. You're brave and courageous, and we're just so proud of your vision because you have truly changed a little corner of the world, and it's just so remarkable. I stumbled across Maggie's Place when I retired about 2 years ago and was looking for some place to volunteer. I couldn't believe I'd never heard of it before because I was immediately moved when I read about it and thought, oh my gosh, the hope that you offer to these women and these babies in such vulnerable times in their lives. I had to know more. And the fact that it was faith-based was really important to me because in my own life, I know that the power of God is so much stronger than anything I can offer. So I was really excited to learn more. And I went to a volunteer orientation where Elise had just been hired as the very first volunteer coordinator, and Elise was wonderful. And she literally had just started a week or two before, and I think she felt like she was drinking out of a fire hose, you know? Because a lot of people were like me. They were just finding Maggie's Place. They want to help. They want to get involved. And you guys were starting to get calls and interest, and it was her job to corral this and put some order into it. And I said, you know, I don't have to go to the one of the homes. I'm happy to help you here, help you do your job so that you can be more efficient. And that's how I started helping at the Family Resource Center. Janelle came along later. How can you not love Janelle? She's just, everybody loves Janelle. She's just wonderful, absolutely wonderful. From there, I started working with Frank and Laurel, who's too adorable for words. And I just grew to have tremendous respect for the leadership there at the Family Resource Center. Everybody that I've run into contact with when I'm there, from Laura and Frank, Laurel, Janelle, Jeff, the entire staff there, Emily, Stephanie, you're so good at what you do and you're smart. And as a donor, I can tell you, I have a lot of satisfaction and comfort in knowing that my support is being handled by the quality of leadership that you have there. I'm really, really proud of you. And founders, you can feel good about it. What you started is in good hands. So I just want to encourage you with that. And as for memory, I'm glad Claire mentioned it, is last December, Janelle asked me to help with the donations that had come in for the Christmas event where the moms get gifts and give them to their kids. Now, it was being held in this huge room, like a large conference room, almost a banquet size room. And Janelle and I walk in there, and she'd already been there the day before with some staff and going in the next day with a whole crew of volunteers. But we walk in and it's just wall-to-wall toys, like an explosion of toys. And we needed to put order into it to get ready for the event. So I spent the day there, and everything I looked at, I thought, these are great toys. My grandson would like this, my granddaughter would like that. You know, quality toys, not dollar store toys, good stuff. And I thought, I'm so proud to live in a community that supports these moms and these children, because yes, it's just toys, but it's more than that. It's tangible hope. And it's an expression that says, you're worth it. And this is important. And I was just impressed with how our community stepped up. So it's a good memory. And they do it all the time, which is really awesome. That's all I got.
That was amazing, Jean. Thank you. We miss you over here.
I miss you guys.
Well, thank you for sharing. I think we have a few memories we might want to start sharing. Do we have those ready, or do we want to? I could say something.
Here's a couple.
Awesome. We've got a couple here. Getting to share the babies with the moms. And the greatest memory was this Christmas because it was my baby's first Christmas. That's special. Thank you, guys. We'll have more. We're working on getting those all taken down. But okay, so now we will hear from Susan Roth. She's our house manager over at the Hannah House. Susan?
Hi. Hello from the Hannah House. This is all of us who are all here. We just want to thank everyone for being on this call this morning. We've loved hearing all of the stories. I am the house manager. I've been here since July, so about 10 and a half months. And I think that the thing that has impacted me the most is seeing how people are transformed by community. And especially during this quarantine, we've really had to witness to a community life. And yeah, just seeing these moms hit their milestones and watching their babies hit their milestones has truly impacted me. And being able to just live with these moms and my fellow core has been life-changing. And we have a couple moms that want to say a little something, and their babies.
Hi, my name is Peggy. This is my daughter, Paradise. She is 5 months. When we came here, we were homeless, and I was homeless. I didn't know where I was going to go. When I first came here, the staff, Cora, was very, very friendly and welcoming. Through everything, they've treated me like a friend and a family member, and not like this is just a place of work. They've been genuine from even the donors that come in when they come to see the babies, they're not, or when they come to see the house, they're nice. The volunteers, they take a lot of time out and get to know you on a personal level. It's just a big blessing, and I don't know, I just wouldn't have imagined anything like this existed. I'm very thankful and grateful and very appreciative. Thank you.
I'm Heather, and this is Elijah. He's a little bit passed out right now, but I am so grateful for this place because I don't know where I would be right now if it wasn't for Maggie's Place and just all of the volunteers, the donations, all the core members, and just knowing that nice people are out there and that they care so much. And my DCS case got dismissed, so yeah, I was able to get in contact with my twins, and yeah, so I'm very grateful for all of the blessings.
That's all. Thank you.
All right, we're going to share some more memories. Thank you guys at the Hannah House. Okay, so the fondest memories are when moms came back, even moms who left under difficult circumstances, and they are grateful for learning unconditional love. I also love seeing moms meet their babies at birth and the love they shared. And then The baby shower started by Susie Stelzer. Shout out to Susie, who's on this call as well. Started at 50 people in their backyard and grew to 300 women, including dinner. I cherished working at this event with Susie and the other amazing women. Thank you, guys. And so now we're going to hear from Shauna Anderson. She's our Director of Programs over here at Maggie's Place. So Shauna, take it away.
All right. Hi. Thank you guys so much for being here. As Laurel said, my name is Shauna Anderson, and I am the new Director of Programs at Maggie's Place. I've been here a little under a year. And I just wanted to share really quickly, I have a background in education. So I taught at a Title I school district and was also volunteering, teaching yoga, and my family volunteered at Christmas. And I started to really see the effects that poverty and trauma have on families. And when a position came available, I thought, this is it. This is my opportunity to be part of systemic change that affects families and not just their children. And so I'm so honored that I get to lead this department. And I know that it has been built by the blood, sweat, and probably a lot of tears by a group of really wise and passionate people. And most of you guys who are here with us today. And I understand that the dedication and the love that you modeled enables us to be where we are today. And for that, I am truly grateful. Even before we had this understanding of brain science and trauma, you were able to create a community that helps the healing process begin in the women we serve. And we continue to honor that importance of community in all of our homes today. The Amazing Mission Corps model has grown into AmeriCorps, and it, as we like to say, it's the special sauce. It's what makes Maggie's Place different from any other housing model. Every day, our Corps, no matter if they got an hour of sleep or a solid 8, if they were up all night with sick babies or sick moms or at the hospital, they model love. They model acceptance and grace and are often the one kind voice our moms hear every day. They teach coping skills, they teach what a healthy relationship looks like, and most importantly, as we've heard today, they show our moms that it is possible to be loved and to love just as they are with no strings attached. I wanted to share that over the last few weeks, as we've kind of been navigating this COVID quarantine situation, I've stepped into different roles and was able to hear some stories from moms as I helped with the intake process. And every day I came home and I just was in awe of the fighting spirit that each of these women shows. It's in the face of adversity that I can't even imagine surviving, but I would hear the same desire over and over again. I want better for my baby. I want to learn to be a mom who loves her child. I want to know how to parent. I want better for my kid. This is the desire that drives them forward. And I just am, like I said, in awe of that resilient spirit that each of our mothers show. And over the last 20 years, we've grown. We started with one home, Magdalene, and now we have 7 plus our Family Success Center. And we have had the honor over the last 20 years of serving over 1,000 women. This model that was built 20 years ago has expanded, and it continues to expand as we meet the needs of our community. Last year, our Family Success Center had over 5,000 visits. We offered everything from yoga, financial literacy, nutrition classes, yoga, support groups, sobriety support groups, breastfeeding support groups. It just kind of goes on and on. Almost 6 days a week in normal times, we have programming happening at the Family Success Center. Every single mother receives family coaching, counseling, access to medical care. And it's because of the grassroots work that was done 20 years ago. We're able to continue to provide safe and loving homes and a welcoming community where we invite moms and their families to come back year after year. Because of that, we can now provide aftercare services that don't only meet the needs of the moms, but they also meet the needs of their children as we continue to expand as we partner with programs like Free Arts for Children, and we provide trauma responsive childcare. That's just a little picture of what we do. And I know that you guys all know that because you've done the work yourselves. But in closing, I'd like to quote Father Greg Boyle. Here is what we seek, a compassion that can stand in awe at what the poor have to carry, rather than stand in judgment at how they carry it. And that's the heart of our mission, to show love, mercy, and grace to each woman we have the privilege to serve. So I just want to say thank you to each of you who laid the groundwork that makes this work possible. I am honored to follow in your footsteps.
Thank you, Shauna. Okay, I want to share a few more memories you guys sent our way. So working and feeling such acceptance as a volunteer early on in the original Fiat, working so closely with Mary, Charity, and Kristen. And hearing that I made a difference in the lives of our moms and babies, just a blessing. Just knowing that our financial gifts have made a difference for moms and babies, and volunteering and cooking dinner with the moms for community night. Teaching Zumba in the Fiat parking lot with a bunch of super pregnant mamas. That is an experience. Thank you guys for sharing. And now we're going to go back to Laura Magruder, our CEO, for a closing, but right after we will be doing the drawing. So stay tuned for that as well. Father Nathan did join us again. 1 second. Sorry. Well, Laura, disregard. We'll go to you in a second. Father Nathan, now that you're here, do you have anything you'd like to share? You might have to unmute yourself, Father.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Awesome.
Yeah, I had talked with Frank Hale, but I didn't get the invite to the meeting. So I'm sorry, I was ready for it, but it just didn't happen. So, but he had prepped me that you wanted a few comments, and I'll keep it brief. When the 5 founding women came to me, I was the director of the Newman Center at ASU, where they were all going to school, and they brought me the idea of what they were trying to do. We sat in a restaurant in a booth, and they wanted me to be a kind of spiritual director or a helper. I was trying to impress upon them. They were calling it Maggie's Place already. They already had a name. So they wanted to be under the patronage of Mary Magdalene. I wanted to make sure they understood that if they asked her for patronage, that she would come, that she wouldn't be in some other distant sphere, that she would be in their house. And the same way with any of the saints, the angels, the guardians of the women that they'd be serving, the guardians of the children in the womb, to make sure they understood the closeness of the body of Christ. That was one. I remember telling them, I live in a religious community that ministers, and living in community is harder than ministering. Can you hear me? Are you hearing me? All right. That the living together would probably be more difficult, and they'd need to put more prayer into that than they did into the mission itself. And I remember that first house, I remember being given a tour of it, and they were like stacked on each other. They were living in bunk beds, and you could hardly even get into the room because there were boxes all over the place. Donated materials just showed up randomly, and then they had to be walked over or stored if it was possible. So the living part I thought would be the more difficult, and I challenged them to be really prayerful about that. And finally, I tried to make them or help them focus on the fact that they were all in their early 20s and probably would not be doing this 10 years later. Now, Mary did end up being with the organization for a very long time. I don't remember how many years, but that whatever they did to make a succession plan from the very beginning, not let it be about their own personalities, their own particular styles and ways of doing things, but to try to institutionalize things from the outset. And they did that so well that now you have several locations and a 20-year history, employees and organizations. So they did that really very well. That's what I've got to say.
Thank you, Father. All right, Laura, you're up.
Okay, thanks, Laurel. Just some closing comments. Similar to a child, Maggie's Place has grown and developed over the past 2 decades. We've reached amazing milestones. Over 1,000 moms have sought refuge under our roof. Over 600 newborns were welcomed home by an extended family of AmeriCorps, moms, and volunteers. Maggie's Place has remained open through this pandemic. Social distancing changed our day-to-day lives, but through it all, we were there for our families, providing shelter, emergency food boxes, diapers, wipes, and household cleaning supplies. Recently, Thrift reopened and is now accepting donations. So all of you that have been doing all this spring cleaning in the last few weeks, we're ready. We continue to accept donations of non-perishable food, diapers, household supplies in a safe manner, limiting contact at the homes, and also here at the Family Success Center. Your support, whether it's items or financial, is greatly appreciated. On behalf of the staff, board members, and the families we serve, thank you for your love, your prayers, your time, talent, and treasure. You have blessed us in so many ways, and thank you for all that joined today and shared their stories. Back to you, Laurel. As Frank points. Frank, you're on camera.
he keeps jumping in, but thinking he can't be seen. But we'll let him think that. We'll let him think that. But thank you, Laura, and thank you all. And we do want to mention too that this is a unique experience and really awesome. But we do hope to do some sort of in-person celebration in the fall. So stay tuned for that. Obviously, everything's still kind of up in the air with all the questions with regarding the pandemic, but we do want to celebrate and see you all in person. 20 years is a huge milestone, and even though this has been fun, we want to do something in person to give it justice. But now for the fun drawing. So we're giving away 1 round trip anywhere Southwest flies. It's good for a year. And quick thank you to Southwest Airlines for this donation. So we're going to draw a winner, and then the winner, if you could just contact Frank Hale, he's our Chief Development Director here at Maggie's Place. We'll try and get in contact with you as well, but just in case. All right, so does anybody want to shake? Sean, if you want to shake this up. Oh, yeah. Got everybody's names the old-fashioned way in a bowl. Do you want to do the drawing? Or? You do the drawing. All right. Okay. Tara Rochelle. Tara, are you here?
Somebody's clapping.
Carrie's clapping. I think they're just clapping for her. Uh-oh. Did she miss her chance?
Laurel, that's an alumni mom. She's probably at work, but she'll be really excited.
Okay. Amazing. Well, that is awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all. Thank you all for joining us. This has been a lot of fun. I think I can speak for everybody here over in this department that it's been a really fun time getting to chat with you guys virtually during all of this. All right, well, have a great day, everyone. If you have questions, just email us, call us. We're here. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
This is the best part.
He was multitasking.
That sort of looks like Joanne, but I don't know who that is.
Hey, Anna.
Hey, Uncle Jeff. Hi, Uncle Jeff. Hi, Sister Jamie.
Hi, Becky.
Hi, we're recording this.
Love the Italians.
Hi, Sister Jamie.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Jamie.
Hi.
When they speak, their picture comes on.
Hi, guys. Sorry. I couldn't figure out how to unmute, but yes. I miss you all so much.
Miss you guys too.
All right.
Guys, say hi.
Chris and Jerry, say hi. We miss you guys. It's not the same being here without coming to Maggie's Place.
Yes, we miss you.
Soon enough. Soon enough.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Great event. Thank you very much for putting it on.
Bye, Jerry.
I really enjoyed hearing from everyone.
Miranda, I'm so impressed with your mom skills.
With all the names. Okay. Yeah.
I'm waiting for all of them time.
I'm watching this part.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna hold
Have you seen that one?
Who never wants to be the last one to log.
We don't want to leave.
They all want to see you, Jeff, so you're the last.
Uncle Jeff.
Yeah, Uncle Jeff.
I traveled the furthest, so I mean, I'm in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But I always
It's so nice to see your faces.
Nice to see
Yes,
you.
so good.
Oh, Kristen.
Hi. Say hi.
Maddo.
Yeah, Maria.
Miranda, you're kiddos too. Oh.
There's a lot of Madeline people here. Hi, Mary Claire. Hi, John. Hi, Teddy. I see you all.
Hey, Maddo.
Oh,
Hi, Karina. You're in a better place than here.
Hey, Sister Jamie, can I send her back to you?
No. You don't want to be in Chicago right now. We're going to be here until probably August in place.
Maybe I'll stay next year just for you, Jeff.
I guess we have to hang up.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Love you all.
Here all day.
Love you. I know.
Good to see everyone.
Say hi, Frankie.
You guys, thanks for joining in.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye guys. Thank you.
Yeah.